So one, you're late. Oh, there we are.
What happened to us?
More TV.
Oh. That bothers some people.
Yeah, it does.
What?
What?
24 seconds.
What? It's our
We had a production meeting and everything, didn't we?
What the hell?
It's just our little banana show.
Oh, boy.
Cody Knox. Comments. Oops, sorry. That lighting looks good.
Looks good right now.
Hopefully it
We'll see if it goes to fade back and forth. Hopefully
Yeah.
not.
Sarah Phillips, good to see those faces. Sarah, yeah, Sarah is
Sarah's out of town.
business trip.
Yeah.
She's a businesswoman.
Phil,
Business. Yes, sir.
what's Cannon doing in the middle of the division?
He'll be all right. He's got a helmet on.
But it's raining.
No, he's got a jacket, too. He'll be okay. Okay, that's close. He did all right.
No, that ran the red light.
I know, but he dodged it. It's all good, Sarah. He's doing great.
Yeah, he's doing fine. I mean, he obeyed the law.
He did.
The
The
vehicle,
car was going a little quick.
they were wrong.
Yeah.
Blame it on Nana.
Oh, boy.
$24 seconds. That's a long time, right?
What's that?
24 seconds is a long time.
What did he say?
Facebook,
24 seconds. That's
all the comments are working.
Oh, did you? Let's see if we got anything going on here.
All right.
Test.
So I remember the audio at the beginning.
Damon is watching.
So that's good. I had to do some computer work to make sure the show even worked
Well, Ronnie kept tripping in the chords and
twice. So, but yeah, we got a great show. I think we got another top 10 list.
What's on the agenda?
We will. There was a 4-2 basketball game
Yeah.
in Oklahoma.
And I got a text from a buddy of mine in Kansas that to comment on that. He goes, said,
Wait for the show.
what, oh, show hasn't started?
Yeah, no,
Yeah, no, he has to push the
It's a
button.
pre-show.
Pre-show.
Pre-show. But yeah, 4-2 basketball game in Oklahoma. It is
National headlines.
national
My
headlines.
beautiful wife.
Yep, Tanya's watching on YouTube.
You should look forward to it.
It's a good time to remind everybody to miss future videos. Subscribe, click the bell on YouTube. And the Second Banana Media continues to get more and more folks. And I will explain exactly what Second Banana Media is. More of a disclaimer.
A little more clarity. for
More
people?
clarity on that. Yeah, it's a new deal. I understand. So we'll talk about what it is again. In fact, I did an entire podcast.
Hey, we're just glad that you pay Ronnie and I minimum wage and we're able to help you.
Hey, tax season was easy this year.
Oh,
What's
said
your-
T word already.
Well, that's okay. New leaf. 2023 is a new year. No extensions for Phil.
No extensions this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lie.
Okay.
I tried to float it out there, but that's a lie.
Yeah. So obviously we got city council news that we will talk about. That's on the agenda. Did I talk about a top 10 list?
You did. You said we had one. You didn't say what it was.
What is it?
Should we tell?
No.
That way
No, no,
people
no.
start
Get people excited. Okay.
start thinking people, or can they start thinking of the answers?
Yeah.
Well, no, we don't know.
What if they want to? Well, I don't think we should be mean about it.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, once we get the show started,
Enough of that
we'll give you
going
the top 10 and see if.
be nice to.
I
We'll be
always
nice
like
to
to do
people.
it, not necessarily to tease it, but to let people guess at the moment of everything. So, but
Except for- I can't see the picture in bold.
My bride.
Oh, sweet Sarah.
Colonel Dave, I heard there was a rename, Little Banana Media. No,
Little Banana. Yeah.
and you know that
I heard that.
The fun thing about Second Banana Media is that there are a lot of funny things that have
A lot
come.
of funny things.
And trust me, with Second Banana Media, you have to be creative with logos and all
Yeah.
that good stuff. We have Silas. Silas B. Maxwell, our official logo of Second Banana Media. And again, we will talk about Second Banana Media, a little refresher. We have new subscribers over the last couple of days.
Appreciate that very much.
Yeah. So a lot of cool things happening.
Yep.
So we'll get started here in just a few
not yet.
seconds. Try to get about 6 to 7 minutes
We're a
of.
little late.
No, we started the show at 6.
Oh,
01.
one.
Well, it's 6:06. I didn't think this was a show.
Well,
Oh, you got to get your. No. You didn't push the button yet.
yeah, I haven't pushed the button yet. I'm just watching the. I had to fix that switcher.
So can everybody hear us?
Well, yeah.
Everybody see us?
Yeah.
Well, what's the difference between the show and not the show?
Well, because after you've unplugged things 45 different times,
Ronnie?
I had to do some work, and I want to make sure. See, I see that little glitch. I
saw that glitch.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw that.
Oh boy. Okay, I've got I got to be home by 8:15 tonight.
Oh yeah, OU basketball game.
No, I need to see my wife.
Lucky you.
I love my wife.
Well, no, lucky you. The fact that she's in town.
I mean, you can come over and hang out.
No, I can.
Sure. Be a little awkward. I mean,
It would be weird. Thick walls, though.
oh boy.
Oh, look,
What happened?
Coach Oliver's checking in on us.
Oh, a comedian.
I mean, Mr. Burt is here.
Burt
Redmond. Burt Redmond is here.
Burt Redmond.
Burt Redmond in the house.
Burt Redmond.
We spent all morning collaborating that together.
That's good.
How's everyone doing? The coach ask.
Everybody's doing good, Burt. I mean,
Coach of the year. Coach of the year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron, funny you say that. These
Yes.
jokesters were
Yes.
was asking about you.
Answer's yes.
Answer's yes.
I mean, the that's not as bright as it was earlier, and there's another glitch.
There was another glitch.
That's
Another
not
glitch.
my fault.
It has to be, Phil. You literally hit 6 things earlier.
No, I unplugged
Has it
one
ever?
cable.
Have it?
Yes, all the time
You
when we
can't-
do my shows. We've talked about it.
I've never seen it on our show.
Because you don't.
I've never seen it on the
there's
show
other
either.
shows other than this was Ronnie. I mean, you don't.
Well, I'm in the works of other shows, all right?
Redneck Ronnie?
Redneck Ronnie, possibly.
Call you funny boy.
Funny boy, yeah. Funny,
Chief
the funny
Guthrie?
guy. Funny guy.
Howdy, fellas.
guy.
Looks like we have a lot to talk about tonight.
Huh. I don't know. What's he talking about?
What's going on?
Something happened?
I don't know.
Okay.
What about the kids, Ronnie? Colonel Dave's wanting to know what in the world is happening.
What happened? What about the kids?
Oh, Cannon's just outside. He's fine.
Oh, no, he's fine.
Yeah, is that what he's talking about?
Oh, hold on.
Wait. Yeah, he's clear.
People need to drive more carefully.
He's shifty.
Yeah.
He's sneaky quick. Little
I
buddy
don't
is.
know why people are not looking for a 3 foot, 7-year-old out there.
Well, he's been drinking since 5.
Leroy says, "Don't upset Phil.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
Phil's
boy.
medicated."
Oh, boy.
I've been given instructions, so won't push his buttons tonight.
I gotta look up something here real quick.
Oh, before we Sarah just made a little clarification there for you.
What's that? I don't see it.
Cannon doesn't drink. That's Corbin.
I didn't say he's drinking booze.
Oh. Well, who said anything about booze?
We said Corbin. We all know he's
Cannon
drunk.
doesn't drink. That's Corbin.
No, we all know
Nobody
Corbin.
said anything about
We all
booze.
know
Did he
Corbin's
drink?
drunk.
Leroy.
Corbin's hilarious.
All right. Scott Russell says, "Ronnie, a show on hunting, fishing, and shooting."
I'm in on
That'd
that
be
one,
fun.
bud. Shoot.
That would be fun.
I'd have videotaped the hog hunt going on here soon. It'd be fun.
If they'll let you.
Well, you know people,
Get
right?
approved?
You know people, right?
Yeah. But I haven't decided if I want you to record that.
Oh, okay.
You know what? Go ahead and record it.
Thank you.
All right, we are
time?
set. I guess there might be a few. I wish I knew what that was. I hope the switcher's.
I think
not
Aaron's
going
on his
out.
way. I think we're good.
Well, I just hope it's the switcher's not out. I don't.
Why would the switcher go out?
Well, I don't know. Why would it glitch? There's a
Phil.
I had yeah.
That's the answer.
That is. All right. Okay, let's get started.
Push the button.
Push the button.
Welcome to the Open Mic Podcast with Chris Evans and Phil Nichols, along with Ronnie Phillips. The Open Mic Podcast is part of the Second Banana Media Podcast Network. Coming to you live from Guthrie, Oklahoma, inside the Second Banana Media Studios, here's Chris Evans.
It is the Open Mic Podcast here on Second Banana Media. Wednesday, February 8th, 2023. It has been raining for 2 days in a row.
It's great.
Exactly what we need to help out our farmers and firefighters. So good to have the nice, slow, steady rain.
Yeah, it's been really good.
Along with Ronnie Phillips, Phil Nichols, Chris Evans with you. Silas B. Maxwell, the logo of Second Banana Media. It is the Open Mic Podcast. Appreciate everyone dropping by. We are broadcasting it live on the live show, so we invite you, your comments and all that good stuff. We are streaming live on Second Banana Media Facebook and Second Banana Media YouTube. And we appreciate if you like and subscribe and all that good stuff on there. Go ahead, real quick, if I can put my little thing on here real quick. Second Banana Media is Second Banana Media LLC. It is its own corporation, not affiliated with any other LLCs or companies. It is a podcast network, and it's its own identity. So I want to make sure everyone kind of knows that. I know everyone recognizes me with all my duties with Guthrie News Page and all that good stuff. That is separate from this entity.
He said duty.
And the reason why I have that, and we're going to be talking about a variety of stuff today, but with this platform, and we used to stream on Guthrie News Page, but we are now completely identified with Second Banana Media, and we did it that way so we can build our channels, both on Facebook and YouTube, here on this channel to boost it up. And now we've been able to, we're not where we want to be, obviously, but we are to the point where it can stand on its own and start building. And we got some great podcasts available. So, and a big part of that, Phil and I, discussed what Second Banana Media should be. And for Guthrie News Page and my duties, I try to get into the articles, write them with no opinions, which I think news should be. Do I fail sometimes? A lot of people probably think I do. I try not. I try to be the best, but that I can. But that doesn't sometimes happen. But as we see with a lot of media groups, opinion is in there, and so my duty with Guthrie News Page, I feel like, and why I think it has been successful to this point, is get the information as best as I can out, and no opinion on there. So. And I'm not real big on sharing my opinions because I don't think anybody really cares what I think. So, but to have more dialogue, to have more conversations like we'll have tonight, I think it's best to separate from Guthrie News Page. And not only for that, but there's a lot of good things with Second Banana Media that we have with our different shows and all that good stuff.
Well, they got. Go ahead, Ronnie.
I was just saying lots of great things going on in the community that we do.
Yeah.
With all of our podcasts we do. And I think that's exactly what you're about to elaborate, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's for me, I feel the same way about my opinion. I know Ronnie feels the same way about his opinion, but if you're going to do a podcast show, you've got to talk about things. You can't, it kind of goes hand in hand. You can't just sit there and
pick and choose.
And pick and choose.
Yeah. And there's hard discussions.
There are sometimes.
And there will be.
But there's also, especially during open mic, there's also silly discussions. And we think 99% of the people understand that, right? Yeah. But I think Ronnie and I, we've talked about it. I think we want to keep open mic to where people aren't confused about what's satire and fun and what we're serious about. I think we do a pretty good job of that. But we're just trying to have fun, help promote businesses, help promote individuals, help promote our community. And we get a lot of feedback, and I got to say most of it's positive.
Yeah.
Sometimes the negative feedback's the loudest, and that's okay.
And that's going to happen when you put yourself
out there. It's okay.
Yeah. And we know that going into it.
Yeah. But I think it's important you do clarify the separation between Second Banana Media. Nobody, Guthrie News Page is something you started years ago. Second Banana Media is something that we all birthed together and launched, and it was something fun for us to do. That we could do some cool stuff, we thought, for the community. But obviously, we need to make sure everybody understands that when Chris is down here doing Second Banana Media, he's not in his role as the owner, reporter, publisher, everything of Guthrie News page.
Yeah, I don't like to share my opinions. Again, I don't think it really matters a whole lot, but when I do, I don't want that to be with the news page. And there will be, like the Chris Evans podcast is a segment Banana Media production, and sometimes it is related to the news. And so, like Lady J basketball coach Brett Clark, I mean, they beat El Reno, a team that's going to host regionals. Yeah. I will interview her from time to time, as many of you seen, and that will go on the news page. So, but when it's to my opinion and stuff, I try not to.
Well, like the Chris Evans.
Sometimes I will have to.
Yeah, but like the Chris Evans podcast.
Right.
You know, when you're doing interviews with people or talking about things like here, that's not driven by the news.
Right.
You know, I mean, that's something totally different. We do a podcast called the Entrepreneur Spotlight. We're literally bringing business owners on to talk about their
business
and their journey as an entrepreneur. So, and we'll continue to do those things.
Yeah. And so secondbananamedia.com. There you have the Chris Evans podcast, Chamber Vibes. Chamber Vibes will be in the studio tomorrow. And I can tell you, Stacy from Rick's Place will be this week's guest on Chamber Vibes. Yep. Of course, there you see the Open Mic podcast, Safe to Defend, Entrepreneur Spotlight, Excellent Live, Monday Matters with Josh Seabolt. That's a new one.
Great one.
The High School Huddle. We will have a high school topic here in just a second. And it was pretty cool. We had a conversation yesterday with a person that might be bringing their podcast on in the coming weeks.
A really unique podcast, too, that I think people will be excited about. It's a really popular subject matter. And one of the things we all wanted to do when we created Second Banana was we didn't want this to be about Dave, Phil, Chris, Ronnie. We want other people to come on and run these podcasts. And believe me, we've got other things we could do. Now, we enjoy this, but we don't want to do one every night.
Yeah.
And So we've got some real exciting stuff, I think, that'll be fun for people to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. So the first thing, and we will talk city stuff that happened last night at City Hall here in a little bit, and also moving forward with all that good stuff. But before we get there, let's talk about the 4-2 basketball game last night here in the great state of Oklahoma.
Thriller.
The
stupid
Weatherford Eagles jumped out to a 4-0 lead and hold on to that lead to beat Anadarko 4-2. It was homecoming in Weatherford, and the Eagles win on a 4-2 ball game.
One kid scored all 4 points, right?
One kid scored all 4 points, and the kid who scored the 4 points
joined the 1,000-point club.
Joined the 1,000-point club for his high school career.
Well, this is a text I got today from a buddy of mine. He said, by the way, Kansas doesn't have a shot clock in high school basketball either. Can't say I've seen a 4-2 score in Kansas, though. And then he goes on to say, my junior year, he's a year older than me, we tried to hold the ball against Yates Center when they were ranked in the top 5. It was a low-scoring game, and they won. Can't remember the score, but it was more than 4-2 by a long ways. Running our stall offense was tiring as blank.
Oh, yeah, that's a blank.
That's a blank. But, so he lives in Kansas, right? He just sent me this random text. And, man, what is going on down there? 4-2.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I mean, national news about what happened. I mean, I first saw it last night from Barstool Sports.
Yeah.
And actually somebody tweeted out the full game, and you can go on Twitter and actually see the full game and see exactly what happened. But I thought the cool thing is that the guy who scored the 4 points, he actually joined the 1,000-point club in his career, and he's the first player in Oklahoma history to score all the points in a winning game.
Yeah.
Congratulations with his average going down, of course, but congratulations to that young man.
It's true.
Weatherford, the number 1 team in Class 4A, Anadarko was like number 8. It was a top 10 matchup.
Okay, so why?
Yeah. Okay, so here's a summary. And this is on like golfdigest.com, USA Today. You can only imagine sports radio across the nation. I mean, it is the conversation, and it comes at a time where last month the OSSA board of directors voted 9-8 not to institute shot clocks from Class 2A to 6A.
Were they making a point?
Well, no. This coach has done this over the years. He's won games like 23-19, never like 4-2, but he's done this over the years. And so, but what was my train of thought here going?
I'm just trying to figure out why.
The shot clock. You were talking about shot clock.
Yeah, so the OSA Board of Directors voted 9-8 not to institute that. The larger school coaches wanted it. The smaller A and B coaches did not want that. And so eventually this will come to Oklahoma high school basketball. And I invite you to go to the Chris Evans podcast here on secondbananamedia.com. And I talked to Guthrie head basketball coach of the Lady Jays, Brett Clark, who off to a great start, great job so far this season. But I thought she was the perfect person to ask the question, and you can watch that podcast. She played at Dell High School, 2A. She's coaching at 5A. She was an assistant coach at 5A for 3 years. Then she played JUCO basketball. She played Division I basketball. And she talks about the shot clock, and she said it really wasn't that big of a difference transitioning and learning how to play with the shot clock. Just to kind of sum it up, it wasn't a big deal. But obviously, if there's a shot clock, you can't hold on to the basketball like they did last night in Weatherford. But here's the summary. Weatherford coach Derek Bull said his team only had 7 possessions after stalling for most of the game. And Darko tried to go for the win at the end, missing a buzzer-beater three-pointer attempt. And sophomore star C.J. Nixon surpassed 1,000 points. There's the guy. So congratulations to him. So, it's – and I asked the coach, and I think this is everyone's opinion, which is worse, holding the basketball – or allowing. And I've seen the state basketball tournaments where they'll hold it on their hip for 4 minutes, and everyone's just sitting there looking at them.
No,
what's worse, holding the basketball for 4 minutes, or allowing them to hold the basketball?
Well, if you watch the game on that video, you can tell Weatherford was running back and forth, trying to at least create something there. And then after a while, they would stop because they need to catch their breath. So they get their breath, but then they go right back at it again. But yeah, I mean it's. You still see it. You don't see it to that extreme, but we see it here locally. If there's a minute and a half left in the third quarter, first quarter, second quarter, teams will just hold the ball for the last minute and a half, get the last shot. I mean, it's something that is done. Again, they're not breaking any rules. There's crazy people out on Twitter right now saying they need to fire that coach from Anadarko for allowing that. Well, he didn't break any rules, first of all. Okay, correct. He didn't do anything wrong. He knew that his chances to beat Weatherford going up and down the court were very slim. Weatherford's a really, really good team, right? So he did what he thought he could do to get the win, okay? Whether you agree with it or not, I don't agree with it at all, but that's what he thought he could probably get done.
Grant Oliver says because Anadarko knew they had no chance otherwise.
Yeah.
And Anadarko, a top 10 team, but Weatherford is really, really good. Mm-hmm. I don't think Anadarko has a really good shot of going far in the 4A state tournament. If they were to get there, of course, Aaron Ryburn says, "Don't down my Warriors" from Anadarko, but we're not. But if that's your only chance to win, Phil,
yeah, I mean,
strategy.
I get it. I do. I'm wondering what the kids thought. Though.
Yeah.
I think those kids are probably embarrassed out of their minds.
It's homecoming for Weatherford.
I mean, it's just everything about it is. I understand it. You're right. No law, no rules were broken, but.
You buy a $10 ticket, go and watch it?
And to watch somebody sit there and hold a basketball.
But here's the thing, now. Here's the kicker now. If you're the Anadarko kids who did that, you maybe you didn't like it before, during the game. You hated it. You thought it was the worst idea ever. But guess what? You're making national news now. Now, do you, as a player, do you think it's cool?
For the wrong reason.
You still think it's cool, though?
For all the wrong reasons.
If you're 16, 15, 17 years old, you probably think that's cool, making national news.
No.
For being scared to play the game normally? That's great.
They were following orders.
Lost.
They were following orders.
They lost.
But their video was shown all around the country.
Now,
video of what? Them holding the ball?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think most people are. I think most people. Yeah. I think most people are looking down on that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. I would never, as a coach, I would never try to do anything like that. I'd go out there and take my butt kicking.
Yeah.
We got real problems.
Well,
I'm not taking the fall for this. Just letting you know. Cody thinks it's a. Did you see what he said?
Oh yeah, I know.
She could be buffering.
Stuff, yeah, she could be.
Oh, okay.
All right. Usually sports are left to the last part of any broadcast. Just saying thanks. Yeah, well.
Who said that?
We are mixing it up tonight.
Wait, who said that?
Guthrie, Oklahoma Channel 1. We're mixing it up tonight.
Who's that?
Guthrie, Oklahoma. That's a new one.
That's a new one, right?
Huh, imagine that.
Yeah. Yeah, so.
Probably got some new ones tonight.
The way it goes tonight.
Sometimes. if you want to run the lineup, you can always go start your own media
Mad
company.
Hattie.
There's only 50 people watching right now.
That's not
Mad Hattie. Hack-a-Shack changed the game. That this could do. Works until they change the rules. Yeah, like I said, they're all within the rules.
Yeah. Definitely.
Coming up here in a little bit, we will have the top 10 things stolen from vehicles.
Oh boy, been a lot of that going on.
Yeah, and
Unfortunately.
of course, the tough news, bad news, but some good news with it. Still a lot more work here, but a family had their 2 vehicles, tools, all this stuff stolen from a warehouse, and I was certainly thinking it maybe had to happen over a night or 2 or 3. I don't know, but I don't think they can do all what they did in one night. But tools, bicycles, vehicles, but none bigger than the 1962 Impala. My neighbor had his wedding pictures taken in that vehicle. Of course, it's a big item to the family that was stolen from, but. And a 1983 GMC truck were the big items. Luckily, good police work, good work by citizens.
Yeah, paying attention. Yep.
And they were both able to recover those vehicles, and very little scratch damage to the 62 Impala. But the family said nothing that they can't fix their own. So I know there's still a whole lot more stuff out there that they're looking for, and I know police are working for it. But I know the family was extremely happy to get their big prized possession back, and thank the work of the Guthrie Police Department and also Oklahoma City. The 62 Impala was found at a residence in Oklahoma City. A resident noticed something wasn't right and called it in. Good job there.
Yeah.
And so sucks that someone broke in and got their stuff, but no arrest at this time. My understanding, though, there are some pretty good leads that they're looking at. So
they know what
I've said too much. Yeah. So, but
Now
it's a shame you work hard for all that. And
no, listen, I was thrilled because the car was very sentimental. It was a very valuable car on its own, but meant a great deal. Being the family's grandfather, young man who had a grandfather's car, and I'm not going to say the family's name. I don't think that's.
Well, I think people probably know, but
I'm just not confident. But I think that thank God they found those. Hopefully they'll find the rest of the stuff.
Yeah.
But it's a testimony. It's testimony to when people pay attention and you get the word out, how powerful something like social media can be. Too.
Yeah.
I mean, how quickly information can spread.
Man, I mean, social media is powerful.
It is, really is.
So, so coming up here in a little bit, we'll have our top 10 items stolen out of vehicle. Matt Hattie, who would have this information, says, since January 1st, 57 stolen guns out of vehicles in Oklahoma City. I wonder if that's number 1 on the list. Let me look here. I can tell you it is not number 1 on the list. So
I know what number 1 is.
You know what number 1 is?
I think I do.
All right. We'll get to that here in just a little bit. Good to see Stephen Haga, Mr. Emergency Manager, checking it out tonight. He says guns, change, wallets, purses, money, laptops, iPads. He would know.
Well, if you just rattle all of it off, you're going to get one of them right.
Well, yeah, but we're still looking for number 1, and I can tell you with Matt Hattie and Stephen Hagen, who have given a good list, I can tell you it's still not the number 1 item stolen out of a vehicle. So we'll come up with that here in a second. Congratulations, Stephen, on passing your emergency mitigation plan.
What is it?
Emergency management.
Money.
He said money.
Oh, he did.
So
You got to pay attention.
Oh, I do it all the time.
we'll get to the top 10 here in a second. But one thing that really gets, we'll mention again, got to lock the doors.
Yeah, not on your house, though.
Okay.
What?
Tanya says pills. That is not the number 1 answer.
What?
It's a good one, though.
Well, Chris cut me off.
Well, Tanya has spoke, so I was wanting to get it
Oh,
on there.
my bride?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you, honey. No, I said my theory is you leave your house unlocked, and they won't break your stuff to get in.
Right. Phil has a sign on his door. It says, these doors are locked for your safety, not mine.
Or as my son Michael said, my dad's been waiting for somebody to break into our house.
So you rather someone open a door, steal the money, and not break the window and take the money?
Yeah, because they're going to, in today's houses, right? I mean, unless you have an alarm system like we do at 415 Ridgecrest Drive. But if you don't have that, I mean, seriously, if you don't have that, it's a scary. Nobody's going to respond in time to stop them. I mean, they're not. Most times they're breaking in the middle of the night. People don't even know you're there.
In the house?
Yeah, because people are gone or whatever, right? And so, yeah, I mean, I think it's goofy.
Megan stereo on the list, not number one.
He was still stereos?
What was Steve's list again?
Pioneers.
I thought it was like a 90s thing.
Steven's list was, where are you at, Steven? A lot of comments.
How soon they forget.
A lot of comments tonight here. Oh, here we go. Guns,
Change,
wallets, purses, money, laptops, iPads.
cell phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, cell phone.
It's cell phone.
Cell phone? You think it's cell phone?
She
We're
used to
kind
call
of giving
me
the
on
list
a
away here a little
cell
bit, but it is
phone.
not cell phones.
Oh, it's not cell phone.
Well, no, they can track cell phones now these days.
Oh, boy. Can? Oh, boy.
Yeah.
China knows where you're at.
China does?
Yeah, the balloon, remember?
Oh, that darn balloon.
That's a good one. G.F. Guthrie, does still in the car itself count?
That's a valid question. That's a really valid question.
Paul Ambris, who
Ambris.
Phil learned to say his name, and now he
Ambris.
rose it every time.
Ambris.
It says airbags. Still
Airbags.
Still not the number one.
Has anybody ever stolen an
How
airbag
about the
before?
Cadillac converter?
Nope.
No.
How about tires? How
Amazon
about wheels?
boxes.
How about
No,
wheels?
nope. So, okay.
We're
You
running
guys-
out of stuff to
Yeah,
talk
you guys
about.
keep thinking about that. We'll have the official top 10 list here.
What's
in a little bit.
left? You said cash. Oh boy.
I'm just.
Where was the poll taken at? That's kind of big. I mean, is it San Francisco? I mean, is it Chicago?
Texan insurance. The top 10 things most likely to be stolen from vehicles.
In Texas?
Well, it's an insurance company from Texas. Yeah.
Okay, so that helps.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's dive into. I think a lot of people are probably watching tonight. It is Wednesday, February 8th. Well, last night was the city council meeting in Guthrie, Oklahoma. I'm sure a lot of people have been able to watch that video, and it was not the greatest nights Guthrie, but I think hopefully after tonight we can all move forward because there's a lot of great things to talk about moving forward. But there are things, and we probably need to talk about those. But I don't even know where to begin. there's so much stuff
You just want to talk about last night a little bit?
Yeah.
I mean, I think for me, I'll own this since everybody thinks I was the whole. I mean, I was a part of it. Obviously, I was upset. I went there as a citizen to be heard, signed up like many other people did. I'd say I don't know how many, but there were several. And as the council meeting was starting, there was one councilman stopped when they went up to speak, stopped it and said, "Before we do this, I want to say something." And I'm not going to get into all the details. It doesn't matter. But they essentially changed the way that they've always done it during that meeting, which I think is completely and utterly wrong. Council has a right to run their meeting the way they want. What I think is wrong is when you don't say, okay, we're going to put this on the agenda, we're going to talk about it, we're going to let the public know that on this day we're going to start doing things this way.
And we're talking about public comments.
Public comments.
Where it was a room full of people.
Yeah, a lot of people signed up to talk.
And usually you have public comments once every 3 meetings, but it was kind of just an odd night that all this came together on the claws and paws, the cat situation.
Kind of a perfect storm.
It kind of was. And then Kathy Hayes, the local business owner, had a deal. And then Charles Downs, I mean, he went up there to talk about that people should not have to give their address at city council meeting, and he was in the middle of a storm. Right. And it's a valid point because he came up and talked to me afterwards, beforehand, about this is broadcast on Newspage. I said, yes, sir. In city, I've got 3 broadcasts as well. And he goes, and he has been a victim of
I agree with you.
identity theft. So I'm sure it's very close to him, but he shared with the council that they shouldn't have to give their address.
Yeah.
And he was able to speak, whereas 2 other people were unable to speak. Phil was able to speak as well. But in the policy, it was read, and fast forward a little bit, you had the city manager and a couple of council members admit that they do have a policy, but it probably hadn't been enforced. But all of a sudden, it was enforced that night, and so probably not fair. And I, to be honest with you, the things with Pauls and Claus and Kathy Hayes, the council members knew what both scenarios were.
Sure they did.
They knew going into the meeting. They knew a couple days ahead of time what those were about. And so that's when they decided to say, well, we're going to hold it up because it's not fitting this narrative, whether that, didn't want to be heard because they knew what was coming. And so, and that's where, you always talk about people having the right to guns and freedom of speech.
It's called our Constitution.
Correct. And so
it's kind of a big deal.
Kind of a big deal.
And the ladies, most of the ladies, there were some in there with Paws and Claws, were upset that they weren't able to hear as well. And when they were told they were not going to be heard at all, 15, 20 of them, I don't know, whatever it was,
24,
got up and left. They had their shouting words as they were leaving. Don't need to get into all that, but and went to the chamber and talked. And I haven't got to the library thing because that's a separate deal. But and so Phil was able to get up there, said his piece.
And I listen, I'll own this. Anybody that knows me knows that if I'm passionate about something, I get loud. And I'm not proud of that. I'm not. I mean, I told both of you, I just wish I hadn't been so loud. I regret nothing about what I said with regards to what happened.
Right.
I regret nothing because I think what they did last night was wrong. And I want to be clear about this. This doesn't mean that I think all those men up there are bad people. I think they were wrong on this.
The policy.
I just think they were wrong. I'm not. Because I think we gotta have these distinctions. Because I think we've woke up in a time in our society where we think that everything's personal and everything's this and it's not. We can disagree about things. I had a real problem with the way the meeting was ran. I mean, we're making motions during public comments. We're telling citizens they can't talk, but then they're talking about the issue that they can't talk about. I mean, the whole thing was a train wreck. Now, this is where I would like to go with this, if it's okay. I shouldn't have been as loud as I was. I was upset. I own that. But I make no apologies for why I was upset. I think it was wrong, okay? Going forward, I have a lot of confidence that things are going to be handled correctly. And I have that confidence because we have a first-class staff.
Yep.
We have a first-class city manager. And I know he's getting ready to retire, but he's still on the job right now. We have too many good things going on in this city for something that was just a mistake. And I think most of the council people would agree in hindsight.
Yeah.
I'm not saying all, but I talked to several of them today that called me, would agree that it was a mistake. I think we need to put it in a box.
Bad timing.
And move on. Bad timing.
Call it a bad night.
Yeah, bad night, and I'll own my part of it. Again, I'm not sorry one bit about being emotional about what happened because I take citizens' rights to speak to their elected officials very serious, and I think that whole thing was handled poorly. But that's neither here nor there. It's over. I think we got to focus on going forward and all the great things we have in this community. And I think that's what we'll do as a community.
Yeah, absolutely. And Guthrie on Channel 1 says if the mayor, Steve Gintling, would have been there, things would have gone better. I bring that comment because
I agree with that.
Because the mayor was not there. He was absent. But so, I think, and we'll get to the news of the day as well as Councilman Don Channel resigned his post for the rest of this term and for the next 4-year term as well. That came down today around 3 o'clock. And so, I've spoken with Don a month ago or so, and he wasn't sure if he wanted to run again, and he went back and forth with a tough decision. And so, he made the decision today officially to resign his post. And that article, of course, is on Guthrie News page. But I do want to share what he had to say. He served 4 years, and I know you're going to have some comments about Don here in a second, Phil. But in a resignation letter, Channel stated, after a lot of consideration, I've decided to resign my seat in Ward 3. I will not be accepting my second term beginning in May as well. He says, the council has made a better person out of me, and I respect anyone who would want that position, Channel said in his letter. The position has got to a point where it requires more time, energy, and effort than I'm able to dedicate to the position. Wishing you, talking about City Manager Leroy also, and the remaining council all the luck in the future. So I thought that was well said today by Don.
Yeah, and what I want to simply say is, and I've said this on the record, I've said it when we weren't doing our show. You both have heard me say it when people would come up to me and just assuming that I had this problem with Don, because Don and I haven't always agreed on things. And we're both pretty passionate characters, and we can both, hard-headed. You can throw all the words in there. Don's very aware of who he is. I'm very aware of who I am. Okay, there's no secrets there. We both have lived long enough to be self-aware. But I don't want it to go unsaid on this. While I didn't agree with everything Don did, I think Don did many more good things than the things that I disagreed with. And I don't want people to lose sight of that, because he did give 4 years service to our community.
Yeah.
And his family came up last evening, and I'm not going to go into that. It was just, we had a conversation. I hate that anybody feels that their lives are negatively impacted by anything. I hate that. I don't want anybody to be that way. But I want it on the record that I think Don Channel did a good job. The mass majority of the time as a councilman, I think he got a couple things wrong. Well, but I think that about everybody, right?
Yeah.
And so, but I don't think it's fair or appropriate, in my opinion, for people to make assumptions about why a man makes a decision to do something.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard phone calls today. I've been on phone calls today. I've gotten text. Believe me and Don having an argument isn't the reason why Don resigned from city council. Yeah. Don's a lot tougher man than that. Yeah. I don't know this. I'm going to take Don at his word. I don't think, and I think Don, what he said is taking more time and energy than he can give. I believe that.
Yeah,
I don't think it had anything to do with anything. Last night was an unfortunate situation, but I think in some ways it had to happen. I don't like it, but I think it had to happen. And I think as a community, we got to move forward and be positive and thank people that serve in public office, whether you agree with them or not on everything. You need to thank them because they're spending time away from their family, doing things, or their businesses, their jobs. So I do thank Don Channel for his service as a city councilman. I think he did a good job overall, and I think people need to remember the good things he did.
Yeah,
and not this that he resigned. People resign all the time for things.
Oh, absolutely.
Doesn't mean there's some big, horrible boogeyman out there.
Yeah.
It just people resign. So I think you need to leave it at that.
I do want to add, City Manager Leroy also had some nice words to say as well in his release. Councilmember Channel should be held in high regard and fully recognized for his love of the Guthrie community and his genuine care for the dedicated members of city staff. That is the heart of Team Guthrie. Councilman Channel was always thoroughly prepared for every city council meeting and was not afraid to challenge the status quo when he felt other options should be considered. Over the last 4 years, Don was a key player in many community improvements that will serve Guthrie for many years to come. We wish Don nothing but the best in the future, and that is well said there. So I do. There's probably one more thing. I saw a couple comments, and we probably need to address it just to move forward.
What's this?
People are asking, apologies. I think the council is going to come together and work some things out to address last night, and we'll move forward. It's kind of like what we're doing here right now, moving forward. I think the council will have a game plan here at the end of the week, beginning of next week, and I think they can put this behind them because really it's been there was some bumps at the beginning, a couple, 2-3 years ago, but that had gone away. It had been smooth.
Been good.
There was last night. It happened, and things do happen in life. And if you dwell on it, then you're just going to make yourself miserable. I mean, that's somewhere I don't want to be, and I didn't want to have to write the article for the news page, and I had to, and it was one of these daggum long articles. But with that said, I'm sure the council will work on plan moving forward. So now the city council has to appoint a new seat for that spot there. There's an election on April 4th for two people, Kaylee Mills and Adam Ropp. I think either one will do a great job. Yeah. So there'll be two new faces on there. No. I
want to say this if I can. Just everybody needs to remember this. We all live in a small town. Yeah. We all know each other. I mean, we can get caught up in moments like this. I know I do. I read somebody's comment that I pulled a Conor McGregor and want to take this opportunity or chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. If I feel I owe somebody an apology, I will apologize. Is that not true? You guys know it as well as anybody.
Oh yeah.
What you guys didn't hear was me apologize last night about 50 times when it was off the air.
Yeah.
Because listen, I'm a 56-year-old man. I should control my emotions better than I did last night. I also told somebody last night, I've been working on this since I was 10. This is nothing new, and I'll continue to work on it. But if I feel passionate about something, and I feel something's been wronged or somebody's been wronged, I'm going to speak up 10 times out of 10 times.
And you had every right to do that last night, because censoring people in a public forum is not a good idea. Right?
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
I mean, it is the Constitution, and it is the First Amendment. So doing that was completely wrong, and I agree with a lot of these people in the comments. So I mean, you just can't do that. I mean, I know we're kind of being on the edge a little bit, but you just cannot censor people in a public forum when you haven't done it before.
And let's be clear about this. They're not obligated to let citizens speak.
Correct.
No, they're not.
They get to run their meeting the way they want.
It's not a state law.
No.
It's not a federal law.
Right. And the Constitution does give you right to freedom of speech. It doesn't give you right to go disrupt things, right? But, and I think this is the distinction from last night, everybody knew that was there last night that this was a disingenuous action.
Yep.
Yeah. Everybody knew that. Everybody knew that. That's where the anger and to be quite frank, the disrespect came from. But hey, listen, last thing I'm gonna say about Don. I think Don's a small business owner. Him and his wife Sheila. He works hard. You cannot ignore the stuff he does that's good, and I want people to understand that.
Yeah.
Okay. It's we don't have to agree on things, but that doesn't mean we get a right to be jerks to everybody that we know in this small community. It does nothing but hurt our community. And so I'm looking forward to moving forward. I'm looking forward to good things to come.
Yeah.
And that's all I got to say about that. The great philosopher Forrest Gump, we should say.
Absolutely. I mean, it's city staff. I mean,
great city staff.
The numbers aren't where they want them to be. Public Works can use more people. Firefighters can always use more people. Police can always use more people. And so don't. You can be frustrated, and I think there's going to be more apologies coming forward. I think you'll have that publicly coming from the council.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll be. I'm sure it'll be in a public meeting. It might be through a press release, but I would certainly think they will address it the right way.
Yep.
And we're kind of covering it here, but they will make it more formal there, and we can go back to making Guthrie a great place to live. I mean, it's great to see the progress with all the new water lines coming in.
Oh, there's so much good going on.
There's so much more.
So much good going on.
The staff with all the grants. I mean, I can't. There's so many. I get so many emails about grants and what's going on. I can't keep up because every department head is writing grants, and there's so many out there. Do they get all of them? No. And they're trying to get the big ones. They go after the big ones. They go after the small ones, including trying to get Daggum Sooner Road and 19th Street fixed. I mean, they've gone out for the big ones. They've gone out for the small ones. Haven't been able to get it, but they are working at it, and they just continue to work at that. And as you mentioned, Leroy Alsup, 6 years and a couple days as a city manager here in Guthrie, and that is that I got stats and numbers on city council and managers dating back in the 70s or 60s. I can't remember how far it is, but that is by far the longest tenure city manager that I have on record. And obviously April 20th is coming up, but I know they're interviewing some city manager candidates, and I know they're liking a few out there, and we'll see if that's hopefully they can hire a city manager here pretty quick, because then they'd have a couple months with Leroy to learn the ropes with Leroy, because Leroy is the constant professional and will really help out the new city manager for a couple months before he officially retires.
And I want to point out, in the few short minutes we've been discussing this, we've had somebody ask for Ronnie to run for city council. And Chris, you have somebody wanting you to run for city council.
I'm in.
Oh, boy, here we go.
Well,
wait, it's not. I'm not in Ward 3.
Well,
Never
Matt
mind.
Hattie wants to do a write-in ballot for Ronnie.
Well, I'm not in Ward 3. Not in Ward 3.
I appreciate that, Channel 1. It's probably not the right time for me right now, as I got kiddos all
Well,
over
you
the
got
place.
bigger fish to fry down the road.
Yeah,
we
no.
got,
You got to raise taxes on everybody.
Yeah, you got jobs to do here in the community.
Yeah. Thank you, but I will never say no, but we'll consider.
And I had people. Oh, I will say no now, and I'll say no always. We joke all the time.
And everyone just said, "Thank goodness."
Actually, I got several people that sent me a message last night saying, "Why don't you run for city council?" And I've said this to Don Channel once on a show. Right? I said, "Oh, I do not have the disposition to be in politics. It'd be entertaining a couple times, but it would be a complete train wreck.
I don't want because
I don't want it either.
Well, people like you get all those clicks. No, I do not like writing.
We don't. No,
I do not.
No.
It was not fun writing that long story.
No, not at all.
And you have to pick and choose.
Yeah,
the article was already that long, and I had to write the story because
I think I think I am qualified. I think I do want to get involved with the. And I'm being serious when I say this. My wife and I were talking today. I think one thing we do want to get involved with is the challenges with stray animals in town. And I'm being serious because you guys know we're very passionate about animals to an nth degree. Some would say obsessed.
Jeez.
But I think that's something we want to get involved in. And I think that's how we got to approach all these issues, right? Let's come together and figure out a way to solve them. Not just yell at each other and be mad, but let's really figure out a way to solve them. And there's a lot of smart people in this town. We can figure it out.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Should be fun.
Channel 1, Leroy would be hard to replace. Absolutely. That's why it's important to get a city manager hired, the right guy or lady. You don't want to go just hire somebody, but the sooner the better. They can get someone in here, and Leroy can show them around the way. And of course, the city manager will have his new idea or her ideas and how to work and all that good stuff.
So what you did there.
Yeah.
You can't replace Babe Ruth, even though Ronnie thinks he wouldn't even be in the major leagues right now.
Not a chance.
But you can't replace Babe Ruth.
Not a chance.
Leroy.
What else happened? What else happened? In city council last night. Library?
Oh, library.
Yeah, I haven't got to that. I've been.
We don't talk about the library stuff?
No.
Oh, no.
Oh, thank goodness.
No.
Sorry.
No,
See, you just offended a
We
lot
had
of
all
people.
the positive stuff going on.
Yeah, no. We'll
How did I offend people?
Some people want to hear about the library.
Well, they can go back and watch the tape.
Yeah, it's on.
Really like our opinions.
Yeah. That reminds
What
me.
are we talking about?
The audio being muted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
There
do
we
want to
go.
address that.
Oh,
So my phone blows up. I am getting emails that I am muting. So when I go out and stream these great meetings at the Board of Education for Guthrie Public Schools, I do take my camera, my tripod, my computer, my capture card, and all this good stuff. And I do the courtesy.
16th.
Sorry.
The courtesy of Guthrie Public Schools, they do give me the audio, so I do have that audio. I go to county commissioners, I have all my stuff there for that. And the easiest setup, thank goodness, the city of Guthrie has it, and they make my life a lot easier, is I'm able to go into the city's setup and use their resources, my computer, and all that good stuff, and I'm able to help the city. I was able to help build their computer program for their streaming and help Aaron out. So we help each other out because we work close to each other and different stuff. Aaron helps us out on our shows.
Yep.
We help Aaron out. We help the city out. Help Justin Fortney out. All that good stuff. So with that, we're all set up. The main audio is in the chamber, in the city hall chambers, and
I'm glad I got shut up.
Glad what?
No, go ahead. The volume, Leslie.
What?
He said he's glad it got shut off.
Oh, yeah. And we'll get to that here in a second. So
I'm very happy.
So
bunch of 6-year-olds is what it was.
Well, I was more like 5.5.
a staff member heard the gavel.
Did the right thing.
Yeah. For Phil and
a council member.
And a council.
Yeah.
Can I finish?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Ross, can you? He did Ross Pro on me.
Let me get there. The city staff person thought when the vice mayor gavelled, that was an adjournment. That was obviously not an adjournment. And I think it was trying to get Phil and the council member.
I didn't hear him gavel at one time.
Well, it was kind of
He could have thrown it at you and you wouldn't even known.
Yeah, I don't think at that point I probably would.
So that member thought the meeting was adjourned and cut the audio.
Yeah.
And by that time, the people, Aaron and his crew, like, what in the world? So I go in there trying to figure out what maybe the button was pushed wrong in there. I go back in the chambers and it's still going on. And so I did not cut the audio out.
No, you don't have the ability.
Chris doesn't have that kind of power, guys.
I don't
all right?
have, and I can see how it would look that way.
I'm damn glad it got cut off.
People, but it did save some back and forth. There was no city business handled.
No,
there was an executive session scheduled, but that didn't happen. So you basically missed Phil.
It was me and a city councilman. I'll speak for myself. Acting like an idiot 6-year-old. With all due respect to 6-year-olds,
passionate from both sides.
At that point,
7 now.
At that point, I was blackout angry, and I'm embarrassed by it. But hey, it happened. But I, for one, I'm not going to say the employee's name on the air, but I, for one, I'm sending them a present because I think they did me and they did the councilman a great service.
Yeah.
I know it was unintended. They weren't trying to do anything, but boy, I'm so glad they did it.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. I went home and my wife said, well, I want to watch this. The audio went out and I said, oh, thank God. Well, how long was it out? And they told it and I go, okay, I can live with that.
So if you're into city politics, you missed nothing. If you're into drama, you missed a little bit.
Well, if you're into a grown man, I'll just speak for myself, acting like an immature ass at that point in the night because I was just mad, you missed out on that. But don't worry, he'll reappear in about a year and a half. Seems like that's my rotation.
Well,
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm doing the best I can.
2 weeks, maybe.
I have limited resources to deal with these things.
You got a good heart, Phil.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, a lot of people see through it, and a lot of people don't see through
Oh,
it.
boy. Very good.
So, anyway, it was a bad night, but moving forward, I think will be great, and I'm sure we'll have one more message come out from the council for their part of last night's deal. So, it's a time to
Move forward.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yep.
And hopefully everyone does that as well. So don't. We can all work together to make.
Sorry, that
good.
was a good moment you were having there, and Ronnie tried to assault me.
Well, he tried to grab my leg.
No, I was just curious what that was.
Phil, Phil. Well, my wife's out of town.
I do have one more segment left. The Oklahoma Sooners basketball team in action tonight.
Boy,
they take
terrible.
on the Baylor Bears.
So bad.
Are we still talking about this?
Well, I'm just letting the people know. At 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, OU takes on Baylor. They're not very athletic, and the Big 12 is very athletic and good.
Oh, there's well, since you brought it up, there's people on the Twitters thinking it's time for Mr. Porter Mosier. The clock is ticking, is what they say. They're not saying fire him right now, but they think the clock is ticking for
I think if
Porter Mosier.
Gets offered a certain job, they don't have to worry about starting that clock. I mean, he'll leave on his own.
He's a great coach. It just is, sometimes it just doesn't fit. You know what I'm saying? The place where you go just doesn't fit. He's a good coach. He did a great job where he came before.
Where'd he come from?
Was it Loyola Chicago? Took him to the Final Four, or was it?
Final Four.
Yeah. So I mean, took a not a very good team to the Final Four. It's a good job. I mean, he's a good coach, but like I said, some places just don't work out, and that's okay. It's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal.
It's fine. He'll get on his feet.
He'll end up back at a big time program, probably in Indiana somewhere, about baseball everybody's reading.
Yeah.
And we'll have a great career, and OU will get a coach that fits their system, and we'll go down the road.
I mean, they're just people are just saying that the clock should be on for him, which I don't know.
Okay, are you ready for the top 10?
Yeah, top 10.
Top 10 things most likely to be stolen from vehicles. And a lot of people have put in their guesses.
Now, my bride said medicine, and you said that's no.
Yeah,
Medicine.
People don't carry
It's not on
medicine
the
in
list
car.
anywhere?
Not on the list. No.
Wow.
Not on
Would
the
you
list.
please let people know that we don't know what the list says? Because people accuse us of this being rigged.
Who does?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Nobody's ever said
No,
that.
to me, I get accosted about it all the time. It's usually from,
Can I have a Tic Tac, Phil?
yeah. Would you like Tic Tac?
Yeah.
They're very good.
You had the Coca-Cola Tic Tacs before?
Yeah.
They taste just like Coca-Cola.
Do they?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
All right. Top 10 things stolen from vehicles.
Binoculars?
No.
Oh,
No. Did not make the list.
wow.
Those are some nice binoculars.
Candy?
Candy is not on the list.
Damn it.
No.
Okay.
All right.
Are we supposed to guess?
No, I'll have to listen. Winter weather advisory till 10 o'clock. Alexa just told me, hey, Alexa. I wonder if that got anybody's Alexa at home. But yeah, little weather advisory. 71 degrees the other day. Now it's cold.
uh-oh.
Okay, here we go.
Wait a second.
Thank you.
My wife just said Chris forgot to remove the labels. I'm in trouble. Thank you, babe.
Number 10, stolen from vehicles, Cadillac converters.
I said that earlier.
Number 10.
Number
It's not
10,
number 1.
Phil.
We were looking for
Relax.
number 1.
I got anger issues.
See?
You need to pay attention, Phil.
Doing the best.
You said a year and a half. It took you.
Took 3 minutes.
It took him 3 seconds to yell again.
I apologize.
You are a good apologizer.
Oh, no, I will.
Golly. No, seriously, you apologize
A lot of
way.
damn
You
practice.
apologize way too much. I'm going on the record right now.
No, I
Apologize way.
don't.
Yeah,
if
you
I
do.
feel like I've hurt somebody, I'll apologize.
Yeah, but you apologize about the same thing like 20 times.
Well, I'm a work in progress.
You just need to apologize once. And if they can accept it, they accept it. If they don't, they don't.
That's how you do it.
Cadillac converters easily steal your
you should
trucks or SUVs. Most stolen converters are sold to recycles or other buyers' precious metals. Most converter victims say that the theft was quick. Probably could have been done in under 5 minutes. Sweet.
Chris activated the Nichols house, Alexa, with that comment.
Awesome. Number 9,
Gym clothes.
truck tailgate.
Yes.
tailgates.
I've heard that, yeah.
Like third row seats. Some trucks
now I
tailgates
get
are
it.
easy
No,
enough.
now I get. I bet car seats is on the list. I'm guessing.
I can't even finish the
Oh,
sentence.
go ahead. Tic Tac.
Would you like to take this time to apologize for?
I am sorry for interrupting you. See
Like-
how easy that was?
Like third row seats, some trucks tailgates are easy enough to unfasten and throw behind a pickup truck to be used personally or sold. Number 8, license plate and or tabs.
Tabs.
License plates and even just like stickers, DMV tabs, are taken to use with their own vehicles or cars they have stolen. And I don't know if you play this game when you drive your vehicle, because I do all the time. My wife does all the time. It is amazing, if you pay attention, how many expired car tags there are. Not only expired car tags, but what's it when you get the temporary tag?
Paper.
Paper tag.
Paper tag.
It is amazing how
I saw a guy with one that was like a year old once. Paper tag.
Yeah,
Year
yeah.
and a half.
that's probably the average.
Yeah,
Well,
you think it is?
I don't know, but it feels
What do you
like
think,
that.
Ronnie?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Pay attention.
Oh,
You'll
pay
see it.
attention. Okay.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
Okay. Number 7, rims and tires.
I said that earlier. I'm just pointing out they were on the list.
They're on the list.
Yeah.
But you didn't get number 1.
Well, no, I didn't.
Of course, everyone knows about rims and tires. I don't think I have to read about that.
Okay.
Number 6, third row seats. Certain brands and models of trucks and SUVs have third row seats that are easy disengage and easier to sell. Remember, as long as there are people who will buy it, there will be people who will steal it.
Still it. That's a fact.
Huh.
Number 5, car registration.
Ooh, that sounds bad.
While electronics and such items already, though you're more likely not going to be a victim of identity theft, your car's information could be stolen, such as the VIN number, or worse, they could sell a similar vehicle using your car's documentation.
Huh.
All right. Number 4, there's no more explanations except for number 1 that no one has gotten yet. Let me check the comments. Keys, no. Car emblems, no. Christmas gifts, no. Let Phil be Phil, no.
What?
Scott Russell, he put a
Can I
laughy
be
face.
me?
It was a joke.
Oh,
yeah. Stephen Haga, I saw one from 21 the other day. That's daggum 2 years. Okay. Number 3, laptops, tablets. I'm sorry, number 4, laptops, tablets, iPads.
Didn't say cell phones though.
Nope. So
number 2.
You put your iPad in the car seat. Don't lock your car,
Got one in my vehicle right now,
but your vehicle's locked.
and I'm armed.
I've noticed a lot of people on the shows,
Yeah.
and they always say try to open it up. If it opens up, they're good. If it's locked, they move on to the next one. Number 3, cell phone, iPod, portable gaming system.
Okay.
Number 2, expensive car radio, speakers, portable TVs.
Really?
Number 2.
Okay. What's number 1?
No, I don't think anybody can get this. I would have never guessed this.
Why is it number 1 then?
Car seats?
Nope. GPS devices.
They're built in your vehicles.
Are they?
No.
Oh, peasants. Never mind.
You talked about GP devices often, Phil. Is that built into the car?
My phone is.
No? Okay.
Say.
Mostly the portable ones.
Oh, well, there you go.
It's important to note that even an empty GPS mounting device is announcing you have a GPS in the car and is a good enough reason to break into it.
I got a confession.
Oh,
That's your top 10 most stolen items.
so you gonna admit? Oh, go ahead.
Well, when we bought the car I drive now, when we first got it, we had a
The views and expressions of those by the hosts aren't necessarily those are reflections of Second Banana Media
Correct.
LLC.
we had a portable GPS thing in there, and we took it into the dealership to get our new car cleaned or whatever. And guess what happened?
Got stolen.
Got stolen. So we thought.
Your GPS? Oh,
So we thought.
We contacted the dealership, said, "Hey, somebody stole our stuff."
You got somebody fired.
I don't know if anybody got fired.
You run their life.
Well, I mean, they're detailing cars, 16-year-old. They can probably find no job.
Chris never
We
bounced back
gave
from
them the
that
money.
incident.
Well, that's true. That's true. Is that still on your record?
Oh yeah.
Not to get off subject, but we went through the proper channels and let them know. We gave them the model. We got a brand new one in, and guess what? We found the person.
Where was it?
It was in the glove box.
Did you call the dealership and do the right
Oh
thing?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Ronnie.
Moving on.
Okay.
Matt Hattie, a former Oklahoma City police
Sarah said that. It's
dispatcher
my fault. See.
for 6 years. I never had someone call in and report a GPS device. You got this from CNN, fake news.
Oh boy.
And Sarah took the blame for that, by the way.
That was not sweet
It was
Sarah's
100% her fault.
No.
It was. She literally said it.
About this.
She literally said it.
She just doesn't want her husband to look bad. She's a good woman.
Well,
She's a good woman.
Mm-hmm.
not as good as some, I guess, but
It's not that little.
it's big. It's big.
What's the biggest pet peeve of drivers?
My biggest pet peeve?
Oh boy.
I
my
cannot
little-
stand. This is what makes me more mad when I drive, is when people, when there's a work zone 3 miles ahead, and everybody's already getting over in the left lane. So what do? I stay in the lane that's open, right? People try to cut me off. They flip me the bird. But guess what? I pass like 400 vehicles in this 3 mile span. So they can flip me off. You can get mad at me if you want, but I am staying in that lane until I have to get over. Yes, I'm one of those guys. Go ahead and make your comment. I will get down as far as I can before I got to get over. I got places to be. My time is valuable. For people to back up the highway for miles and miles just because they want to get over way too early and they want to block everybody else.
Here he goes.
That's my pet peeve. You asked the question. I'm getting into it.
Absolutely.
No, I'm talking to Chris.
Oh,
also.
okay. All right.
Cody Knox says, I can't stand when people drive 10 miles under the speed limit.
Oh,
Just being safe.
Cautious.
Yeah.
The one that
Chris probably hates that too.
10 and 2. It's easy to do.
Well,
10 and 2.
Noonan in love.
Oh, boy. Probably don't want to go down that road.
Not necessarily bothers me, but I guess it kind of does. People slow down at a green light hoping it turns yellow.
Okay, I anger you all the time. Then.
All the time. Like, are you wanting it to turn yellow?
Oh, yes. So stupid. They treat it still green light. Yeah.
For your case, you're wanting that red light so you can check email.
Well,
Do you really slow down when it's green?
Yeah.
I don't mean.
Oh, my
does.
gosh.
I don't mean to.
Coach Michoud and Coach Reedus used to say that if you're going up Noble down towards the country club and the light there on Pine and Noble, when you get over the hill there and you see green, that's when they say you got to treat it like a still green light. Not me. I put the gas down. I'm making that light.
Here's my wife. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Rod says, Ronnie, I will run you into the construction cones if you do that to
I
me.
have gone onto the shoulders. I have swerved. I have got on the shoulders. I have got on the grass several times. I am getting up to the front, buddy. Just so you know.
Tanya says, I don't like it when people are weaving all over the road like a drunk driver because they are on their cell phones.
That's a problem. I may or may not have been pulled over a couple times in my life where they thought I was drunk.
Do you still is your car still beep when you go over a certain?
Yeah, because I don't know how to shut it off.
Yeah.
I've been
when it goes too fast.
I go across center lane in the
Oh
ditch.
yeah, auto corrects for you.
Yeah. I've literally been pulled over in Guthrie twice over the
Picture
years.
for one of them.
Yeah, no, this is when they, well, it was Mike Lanoy. Mike will tell you. He pulled me over. It was like 4 in the afternoon. And I acknowledge I'm a terrible driver. True. I mean, I tell you that.
Horrible.
But I mean, I tell people I don't try to claim I'm a great driver.
Well, you saved my life. I think you're a great driver.
You know what? I appreciate you saying that, but I would have done that for anybody, Ronnie. I love you guys, but
Well, you were in the vehicle too. That's why.
well, I was fighting for my own life. Really, is what was going on. But I get pulled over, and Lanoy walks up and he goes, "Nichols." I go, "What?" He goes, "Are you okay?" And I go, "Yeah, dude, I'm just going home." He's like, "Dude, what are you doing?" He goes, "You're all over the road." And I said, "Mike, I'm a terrible driver." So I told him. And he came over like that. Of course, we know Mike forever, and I was like,
How much was the ticket?
Well, I mean, we're friends.
Quid pro?
No, I got a stern warning.
Quid pro, Joe?
Got a stern warning to pay more attention to my driving.
Quid pro.
So, one that might have been the last time I got pulled over. I can't remember. I was driving around the airport loop here in Guthrie, Industrial, the loop. And when I drive that loop, I most of the time drive near or over the center line because
Yeah, you have to.
well, there's people walking there, and even on my industrial, people walk there, and if it's dark, it's hard to see people. And I've been to too many pedestrian. I drive in the middle, but I got pulled over by a deputy. Oh, I don't know, 5-6 years ago. And he thought I was drinking because I was in the middle of the road.
Is this so? This is prior to your rehab stay.
How much did you drink?
That's both of you are lying.
Did you have to blow?
No. Or I didn't have to do the blood test either.
I did ask a police officer.
The deputy goes, "Chris?" I go, "Yeah." He goes,
He good. Yeah.
he goes, "You're in the middle." I said, "Dude, I know, and I'll tell you why." And I told him. He goes, "Yeah, I get it."
Yeah. No, I think there's. I think there's.
How much was the ticket?
No ticket.
Oh, quid pro, Joe.
You know, I got pulled over twice.
It's good community policing.
Yeah, I got pulled
Both
over
of you.
twice on the
Community policing.
Both of you.
industrial on the airport loop. I was headed to a structure fire.
We were back in my hometown. This is years ago. Go rolling into town. I'm speeding, get pulled over. I'm sitting there. A young man comes up. He leaves, comes back and said, "Hey," he said, "Sheriff Samuel told me to tell you to slow it down." I grew up with the sheriff back home. He said, "Tells you to slow it down and enjoy your visit with your parents." So, okay. 4 hours later, we're driving back out. I get pulled over again.
Did you get a ticket the first time?
No,
Okay, because when you get pulled over a second time, because
I didn't get the second time either.
Yeah. Okay.
You got to get official warning. Warning will be paperwork.
As I
We don't like paperwork back home.
got pulled over for driving in the center, Stephen Haga, got to keep it between the mustard and the mayo, Phil. The yellow and the white.
That's true, Stephen. That's true.
I think Stephen's patrolled the streets a time or two.
Oh yeah, no, it's so embarrassing too because you're sitting here going, "Sweet Jesus, I know they think I'm drinking. I mean, I know they do." And I asked them because I've got bad wheels, so I asked the question about. I think it was Chappell and I were talking.
You get a new vehicle every 2 years. How do you have bad wheels?
Knees.
Oh, knees. Okay.
Saying that I would. I said I don't think I could pass the field sobriety just because like the standing on one leg and doing all that stuff. So I said, can I just request like a blood
And you're asking
test?
Chappell this?
No, I asked a judge that at lunch. I said, so if I get pulled over and I'm obviously not, I know I can't pass
I would work with the attorney first because he knows all the answers.
I trust judge. And I just said,
Yeah.
and all I simply said was, can I just say, hey, I've got a health thing. I cannot do the field sobriety, but I will submit to a blood test. He said, yeah, you can do that.
You're still going to jail.
What for?
If you're suspected,
They don't have the kit in the car.
They're suspected. If you're suspected DUI, you're arrested. Then you go to the blood draw, and then you.
Wait, they're going to put handcuffs on me?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm out on that. I'm not going to do that. Huh. Back to square one. I got bad advice.
Yeah, I mean,
What do people leave out details, little details, like, well, you're still going to be arrested?
Yeah.
That's kind of an important thing. I thought I had a whole strategy.
No, there's no blood kits in the car.
There is in Germany. They'll do blood draws right there on the side of the road.
Really?
They will. Yep.
did not know that.
Yeah, well, I found out the hard way.
Well, Teresa, we can get back to car stuff. Teresa, good to see you, Teresa. Hey, Chris, you guys need to let. I guess surely Lisa knows. I literally got a phone call on this. Hey, Chris, you guys need to let Lisa Sorrell's event and ceremony at the Capitol next Wednesday. It's a big deal now. Let everyone know that she's been recognized at the Capitol next Wednesday.
She's awesome.
That is 100% correct. And it's amazing that you mentioned that, Teresa, because I got a phone call, 5 o'clock? From the state capitol, actually. They let me know. It's 1:30 next Wednesday. Lisa, with the Art Council, will be recognized. Of course, Lisa Sorrell, the boot maker. I mean,
World famous.
Made boots for Arnold Schwarzenegger.
She's a world famous artist. Her canvas is boots, but she is an artist.
Yeah,
There is
here,
no
Guthrie?
doubt.
What's her name?
It's right there. Pay attention.
Lisa Sorrell.
Miss Lisa.
I don't see anything.
It was on, you're right. It was on there.
It
Phil.
was on there. Thank you.
We'll go back to Teresa's
Right
first,
here.
first one.
Lisa Sorrell. Right down the street here, Ron.
Right here?
right down-
She makes boots?
2 doors down from Tim Green's office.
You think they'll be better than my Tony Lamas?
Yes.
Let's see here. So,
Much.
So let's do this here real quick. So go to Guthrie News page, podcast, hit the bricks, and then you're going to scroll down here, and there's 41 of these. So you got to go down here and find. But Justin Fortney and I did a podcast with Lisa Sorrell. And I won't waste your time on here, but Guthrie News page, go over to the podcast page, and it will be on here somewhere. Start in the 30s and work your way down. It might have been closer to one of the first ones that we did, but anyway, that's Guthrie News page at the top there, podcast, and then hit the bricks, and then go find it right there. But that's our podcast with her, so
Very good.
very cool.
I need to clarify something. Gia Guthrie said, why not request a breathalyzer? That's an obvious thing.
Right.
So I could say, can I do a breathalyzer? They're not going to arrest me, right?
Correct. Yeah, if you correct.
Because I'd gladly do a breathalyzer. I just don't want to go to jail.
Well,
Yeah,
don't
then
drink and drive.
Don't drink and
I
drive.
don't drink and
Well, I
drive.
know.
Both you morons know
Anymore.
that.
Anymore.
I know, but I'm just telling the people who are listening.
What?
If anyone's
Is that
listening,
a secret still?
Well, no secret, but it kind of goes without saying. I mean,
I missed it.
Ryan attacks me.
I
He
missed
said anymore. I said I don't drink and drive. He said anymore.
Right. Oh. I mean, we're all
Completely unnecessary.
We're all 15 before.
Completely unnecessary.
I'm sorry, person's attacking you. Sorry.
Personally, oh boy.
But yeah, Teresa, I'm hoping to make it down there. I have made arrangements. If I cannot make it down there, that it will be covered on Guthrie News page for sure. So thank you for that. Just in case I didn't know, so that's very cool.
That is good. Rodney's got a good.
Let's talk about it.
Oh boy, here he goes. He is tired. Chris is tired.
I went to bed at 2:00 last night.
I went to bed after. You got more than me. You got more than me.
We were also jacked up on Mountain Dew last night. I sent a text to you guys. What time was it? 12 or something like that?
I was on the phone.
And I said, "You guys sleeping?" No. I said, "You wanna FaceTime?" Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to censor you.
No, thank you. Enough of that going on around here.
I will
Stop.
I will give. Oh my gosh, we're about to lose 45 people off of this.
What do we want to talk about?
Well, just for a second.
All right, go ahead. I got to get a drink. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Ronnie. You're up.
Well, I didn't get to watch any of it. I just saw the.
Good Lord.
I saw some of the highlights. We were in city council, so we didn't get to watch. So I watched the.
City Council. It was on yesterday afternoon, or the day before yesterday.
No, it was on last night.
It's on last night.
Calm down, Phil.
It's always
I thought you were talking about the State of the State.
No. State of the state. State of the union.
I'm sorry.
No, State of the Union. It's just. It's good to have this is why the Constitution is so great.
35 seconds
It's
left.
why it's so great. The Constitution is so great because you got the freedom of speech. Amendment number 1, because anytime that old man up in Washington, D.C. opens his mouth, it's a good thing for Republicans. It really is.
All right, and-
Bumble through there. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. So
Trying to give people what they want. Sorry, Rod, you can't.
the views of those of the
Okay,
folks on
these
here are
guys
not
are right along
necessarily
with me, I
those of
promise you.
Second Banana Media LLC.
We're astute.
Sorry, G.F. Guthrie. I just
Let Ronnie speak.
got
He's
censored.
been
Sorry.
so patient this whole time. See, you guys encourage him, and that is unnecessary.
Maybe Ronnie changed 35 people's opinion. You know what?
And
You're right.
You know what?
I
I think there's hair growing in right now.
What I try to change their opinion about? I didn't try to change anybody's opinion. I just said it's a good thing every time he opens his mouth. For Republicans.
Do you think if you're a left leaning individual, you would think it was a good time every time Donald Trump opened his mouth?
No, because he can actually say sentences.
I just like to be able to both sides to
Yeah,
communicate.
I agree. Oh, Phil, we talked about this before about DeSantis and Trump. I said I would vote for DeSantis if they were to come down, but I did some research and I'm thinking about it a little bit more about that conversation. Who would win between Trump and DeSantis?
Yeah.
I honestly think Trump would win, but here's why. Because you're going to have Pence, you're going to have Nikki Haley, you're going to have Pompeo.
Split the votes.
They're all going to split votes, and that takes away from DeSantis. So what they need to do as Republican leaderships is what they're not going to do because everybody's the way they are. They should say, all right, let's do DeSantis and Trump. DeSantis is who we want to go. Then DeSantis would obliterate him heads up, I think. But since they're going to split votes, that takes votes away from DeSantis, and that's why I think Trump would win in a primary election. What do you think?
I don't think he's going to ultimately get the nomination, no.
I thought Kevin Stitt, State of the State. People know.
Transition.
People always ask. I think you asked me the other day, 1 through 10, what kind of a job you think he's at. I think
7.
I was at a 7 as well.
I'm a 7.
So I thought the State of the State was a good job. You know what? And I agree. There was 25 standing ovations. I was counting.
That was a little much.
25 standing ovations. That doesn't count the clapping when they were
How
sitting
great
down.
we are.
But I'm 100% on par with Kevin Stitt and majority of the Republicans on eliminating the state grocery tax and the personal income tax to 3.99%. But more importantly,
Wait a second. You want to get rid of the income tax?
lower it down to 3.99%.
Why don't we just get rid of it?
Well, I think we have to work our way down. I think this is completely eliminating. Yes, can it happen this session? Probably not.
Well,
But
all you got to do is vote on it.
Well, I think you have to.
You think the people before that?
Yeah. Well, you got to make sure you have the money, right? Which I think if they can get it to 3.99, it's a good start. Then you can continue to work your way down. But I think the state getting rid of the grocery tax will be a great thing. And I know if you notice, and okay, I know no one watched, no one cares, but
Is that true?
the Greg Treat did not
care about
stand
as much as what I just talked about. Right.
Greg Treat. I'm getting my 2 minutes. Greg Treat did not stand up when he mentioned the grocery tax.
Ooh, little message.
So,
Do I get 2 minutes?
yeah, absolutely.
I defer my 2 minutes to Ronnie. Ronnie, go ahead.
That's a long time. 2 minutes.
Go ahead. 2 minutes. Go ahead.
I'm good.
Tanya
I
says,
gave you my 2 minutes.
Oh no, I'm good.
Tanya says 25-cent innovations is a workout.
It is. I mean, she gives them to me all the time at the house.
Our young gentleman from the Guthrie, Colin Dool, got to go his first state of the state as a Republican. District 31.
You know what that feels like is it's all of us sitting around patting ourselves on the back of how great we are.
Yeah,
I mean, it really does feel
show.
that way.
It's a show.
It's a show.
Yeah,
It's pomp and circumstance.
Yeah. So, well, that's the political part. So we're done with that. Whew.
Well,
it might be the show. It's 7:26.
oh, I mean, it's give us all quality time with our
This will be the shortest show we've done in a long time.
with our families. You can go spend time with the boys, talk to your bride, have a nice meal.
I haven't had dinner. I hadn't had dinner in the last 2 nights.
I woke up last night about 1, realized I hadn't eaten yet. I was eating when we were on the FaceTime.
Yeah.
last night.
I didn't eat last night.
I didn't eat dinner last night. Probably won't eat dinner.
Crazy.
I might not eat dinner tonight.
Well, I'm gonna by golly eat some. Did I miss the taser? There you go, True Bird.
Hey, I do want to say this real quick because he's a friend of ours, and we are able to help him out. But I do want to give a shout out to Strive Wellness
Yes,
Lounge.
yes.
They are officially open. They opened up
Yes.
a week ago today, and they're not putting it out there a whole lot, but they do want you to know they are open here on Oklahoma.
Awesome.
And Strive Wellness Lounge. I mean, from your lab work to hydration.
IV therapy sessions, men's health. They've got a lot of men's health. It's very important. They got a lot of things happening at Strive Wellness and do a great job. Tina and Stefan and the whole crew down there. They've got some great employees. I think they're going to be a long standing business in Guthrie. I mean, they're really doing good things.
Yeah, Tanya, soft opening, amazing clinic.
It really is.
Is what's going on there.
It really is.
They do a great job, and we've been able to go in and tour their facility and check out what they have there, and it's great stuff. You can't go, if you listen to FM radio, you can't go 15 minutes without hearing a men's health commercial.
Especially
all
on
the
the
time.
cat.
Well, I keep saying it's important. I mean, I keep telling you
No,
guys.
obviously it is because they have to pay for that money.
100.5. The cat is the worst. It's every commercial.
Phil, that's your genre.
What is it?
The cat.
Rock and roll, baby.
70s rock?
Oh, yeah.
That's because it's damn important to us to like 70s rock. You two youngsters are giggling. It's coming straight at you like a freight train. You're next up. You're on deck. You're in the hole. No pun intended. I mean, it's a real thing. I mean, it's a real darn thing.
Of course, it wouldn't be a show without True Bird. Did I miss the taser?
Yeah. Oh, we got an official ribbon cutting for Strive Wellness.
I call first driver head cover of Maxwell.
If you can guess the middle name, we'll give it to you.
Do we have one?
Cody, not well.
Oh, yeah.
Cody's throwing off the demographics for Cat 100.5. He listens to
Attaboy,
Cat
Cody.
Cat on the Cat Cat. Yeah.
Oh,
That's all I listen to.
Soft
I
opening?
don't.
Strive Wellness official ribbon cutting. It's February 15th at 10:30 a.m. Good stuff.
Guthrie Chamber of Commerce?
Yep. Our good friend Brittany Timmons.
Look at the calendar.
Oh, here we go.
Next Tuesday,
Yeah, what does that do?
Valentine's Day.
Well,
It's Valentine's every day in my
every
Nicholas
day's
household.
Valentine's Day at our house.
Just another day, right?
But
Puppies and unicorns.
it's February 14th.
Oh, that's our anniversary.
That's the day we met.
Chris and I's anniversary.
Did you guys just have a moment?
Oh, sorry. It was a very special
They
day.
just had a moment.
You know how many years ago that was?
23,
22.
22. It was 2000.
So coming up on, goodness gracious,
Yeah.
it will be 23.
Yeah.
So where are you guys going?
I don't know. Have we decided?
No.
No.
Local?
Yeah, I mean, we support local. Sometimes we like to get out.
Oh, you were getting that from Brittany. Awesome.
Yes,
I thought
yeah,
you were going to say,
Brittany.
let me pop that on the screen.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Yeah, ribbon cutting.
So we're going, okay, now he's making stuff.
Cody
up.
Cody wasn't born in 2000. He's like 37 years old, ain't he? He wasn't born in 2000. Is he joking?
Do you guys remember when we had that whole conversation about his age?
Thank you, Brittany. See you in the morning.
That last football season? Yeah. I said, Cody's only like 19 or 20.
No, I was like, no way.
No, I did. I said that.
Yeah, you did.
And Ronnie said something like, dude, he looks like he's 40. He's not 19 or 20.
He's at least 37.
I turned 23 this year.
Steven says a mandate.
A mandate.
Trooper says, you giving out any NIL deals this year?
I can answer that.
We're down for that.
We can seriously
we are down
thought
for
about
that.
it, but then we glad we didn't, because like a week later the guy gets arrested.
Well, okay, I gotta take responsibility for that.
It was one of our most viewed podcasts.
Sure was.
It is the most viewed podcast.
Oh boy, I even got a call back from compliance from the college.
Yeah,
Sure did, yeah.
I imagine that was a speed dial.
I was just calling. Yeah, well, that's not how you do it. What did I do wrong?
Compliance calls you, superintendents, ADs.
I got all kinds of problems.
Council members.
I got all kinds of problems.
Man.
City manager.
Yeah, I got all kinds of
starting to
problems.
see a pattern here.
It's called a pattern. Yeah, it's a pattern. It's a pattern.
Go ahead and tell the story.
No, but we seriously, I want to be serious.
Oh, we're serious right now.
No, we would do NIL deals.
Shoot, right.
We would actually love to do that if there's.
We'll be in a better position for NIL. We can do it now, yeah. But I'm saying even better, I think.
Yes, but truly, get with us if you want to talk about it.
A couple Piedmont kids have NIL deals.
I just saw that the other day.
Yeah.
That'd be cool though to have some NIL deals.
Sure. I'd give Eli Kirk an NIL deal. Dude's stud, man.
What's his social media following?
Yeah, I mean, what's his numbers?
This is public. I mean, I'm not going to.
What's his number? Well, you just committed us to Eli without doing any research.
I said I would.
Do your disclaimer, Chris.
The views and expressions of the host.
We
Not
just need to get that
necessarily those of
recorded.
Segment Ad Media
He just
LLC.
needs to record it and then just push the button.
Yeah, so, how many followers does he have?
But
No, but seriously, kids like that, no doubt.
Here,
No doubt.
I can search on the Twitters.
What's he doing here? Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Billy says he's got some eligibility left. If
Who does?
Billy Poplin. Billy
Well,
Pop.
Billy, submit your proposal, and we'll give it the consideration it deserves.
Today, real quickly, some other news. I don't know if there's any high school fans out there, but it's just some news that popped up. UCO will have the football state championships for the next 5 years.
Well earned.
Very well.
Well earned.
I guess they voted. The OSSA board of directors voted today to begin the process of getting approved that the private schools would not be able to compete in postseason play against public schools. So it would be two separate state championships.
How do you feel about that?
Why is that?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be tough.
Tough to get it approved, or
yeah, it's gonna be in the courts, and they're gonna go back and forth. So it's gonna be hard to overturn it. I think because once the private school, and I got to do more research on it, so I'm just kind of going off my initial thoughts. But once they were let in, it's hard to eliminate somebody from that's been playing within the rules, in the rules for some time. So I think it'll be tough, and it'll be a drawn out battle between lawyers and judges.
Yeah, I think for a lot of years, and everybody's got opinions. Chris, I don't think you should have an opinion on that.
why?
Well,
Oh yeah, never mind.
jeez, why?
I mean,
Think a little bit,
I
Ron.
remember the disclaimer before. I just didn't know if we're still doing that.
Oh boy.
Matt Hattie's NIL deal.
Yeah.
Next football year on away games, I want to do the hot dog reviews brought to you by Matt Hattie.
Well, how's that help us, Matt Hattie?
Yeah,
I mean, what's in it for us?
We can do a sponsorship for that. Yeah.
No, that deal's for them to pay us, not for us.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He had to pay us first. Yeah, we can name the hot dog whatever you want as long as there's enough zeros within it.
Matt Hattie happenings.
Yeah. There you go.
I'd like to have Matt Hattie come talk about aviation.
That'd be good.
Something he knows a great deal about and is passionate
That
about.
sounds like a good aviation with Matt Hattie.
I think that would be
podcast.
awesome. I would love that, actually.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
As long as we can get him away from Colonel Dave and all the talking before they got here and start.
Well, my wife is very active tonight on her podcast.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yep. So
Make me a little nervous.
all right, I think we
ran the course?
We've ran the course.
All right, we're going to get home early.
We are, and that's
This is
a good thing.
outstanding.
So I'm trying to decide if I'm going to eat dinner tonight.
I'm eating dinner, sweetheart. Oh, I think Tanya made this incredible lasagna. Not lasagna. What was it called, babe?
Oh boy.
No, it was incredible. And I ate it last night again, but I think we might be
Strudel?
out. No, it was some kind of
Beziti.
similar to that.
Okay, yeah.
But
Penny?
Ton, what's that?
Spaghetti.
No, I know that one. Okay. What's that stuff you made? That Italian dish? That's so
Manicotti.
good. That might actually be it. Is that the one that's got the cheese in it and stuff?
Manicotti.
Oh yeah.
So good.
I remember
Stuffed manicotti. That's my girl right there. Good job, right?
Was it Simpson that made that one night?
Yeah, I think so.
And I didn't know what it was.
So good.
Yeah.
But I think it's all gone.
You don't know what you've never seen manicotti until recently?
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Couple weeks ago.
Sarah's been making that for years. It's awesome.
True bird.
What do you say?
True bird. We gotta get True Bird on the show.
Okay.
In the flesh.
We gotta go. No. We gotta go.
I can't read it.
You're not going
You
to.
can make me get my phone out.
Cut his mic.
Well, we appreciate everyone checking us out tonight. And again, I know everyone was kind of looking to what we had to say there. And it's yesterday, bad night for Guthrie. It was a black eye, but that black eye is going away.
Move forward.
And we're moving forward. And can't wait for all the great stuff to continue in our great, great city. And don't dwell on it, put in the past. Let's move on. I know there's some hard feelings still, but and that will go.
Not from here.
Nope, there's not. There's not. And the council, I promise, they'll make up to it. They'll make up for it.
Yeah, let's figure it out.
Yeah, they'll figure it out. So, all right, for Silas B. Maxwell, the mascot, the logo, our dude. Yeah, always.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's the opposite of what we think it is, but I've just gotten used to looking over Ronnie's shoulders. He's picking his nose. So,
Oh, boy.
Silas B. Maxwell, Ronnie Phillips, Phil Nichols, I'm Chris Evans. Have a great night.
Thanks for tuning in to the Open Mic Podcast. Join us each week from inside the Second Banana Media Studios located in beautiful downtown Guthrie. Catch our shows on Facebook and YouTube and also on Apple, Google, Spotify, or wherever you get your favorite podcasts. Until next time, so long from Guthrie, America.